Hey, what's going on, guys? Mqzuba here. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a Sultai Midrange slash control deck for standard best of one. So, I just want to preface this video by saying I really think this deck is a lot better for best of three. I think Sultai, the best way you can run it is in a sort of toolboxy way, which is what I've tried to build here. As you can see, there's not many four ofs except for like the tome and the event, and just I just sort of want to have a lot of answers to a lot of different threats and a lot of different decks in one deck, which is what I think Sultai can be. Options I'd put in the sideboard are the Mass Sweeper, the one that exiles Graveyard. I wouldn't main deck for Extinction Events in best of three, maybe more Glimpse of Freedoms, Agonizing Remorse, more counter spells. You guys get the gist. You can sideboard it however you want. But anyways, we'll get into the deck right now for best of one. Two Bloodchief's Thirsts. Great removal, cheap, keeps you alive, can deal with planeswalkers if you need to. Cling to Dust, great against Rakdos, Rogues, all type of stuff. Gain life, draw cards, grind your opponent out. Negate, just the one of, like I said, toolboxy stuff. I like me a one negate in these kind of blue decks. I'm getting a lot, okay, I'm playing a lot more best of three, like I said. I'm getting really accustomed to having at least one of these things in my main board. So I'm trying it out in best of one, and it seems to be working okay for me. I wouldn't run more because this card can be really dead sometimes, but it usually finds a target. Two Heartless Acts. I don't want to overdo it with the early removal. I think 2 and 2 is a good split because we want cheap removal, and we also want to be able to play some tapped mana that we have here. Ooze can become a house. I don't love Ooze in decks that aren't primarily green because you don't get to hold up its ability as often. But I think Ooze as a threat and some graveyard control can go a long way. The Tome. You guys have seen me run this card in pretty much every deck that's either mid-rangey or control. The only thing I'm not running it in is aggro, and I don't really play much of that. I love the Tome. Gets life, gets you through your deck, draws you cards. Absolute four of in this pile. Now for the three ofs. This is where we get more toolboxy. One, Neutralize. I found this list off, I forgot to mention, or not this list, I've edited it quite a bit, but I got inspired from the 6.0 deck lists that magic.dg posts. And basically, the deck was running, I think, 2 or 3 neutralizes, and I had a bunch of other stuff. I trimmed it down to 1 because I like having the option. I like in a matchup where neutralize is good, like in grind your control mirrors, it is good. But in matchups, it's not. Just cycle it away for 2 mana, just draw your card. And I don't think you're going to draw it that often. So in matchups where it's bad, you probably won't see it too often. Double blue cost, also not a huge fan of that. But we have the intervention here, which is more flexible. It can be a counterspell when it needs to be, and if not, you can hold mana up for like a Heartless Act, threaten card draw, or draw more cards off the intervention. So I think this card's a bit better in this style of deck. Nightmare. I've been playing this a lot too. It's a great answer to stuff that's going around. It doesn't have as much synergy in this deck because sometimes you want to be able to tap out, sometimes you want to be able to hold up mana. It really is up to you to figure out when that is. But a removal spell tied to a discard spell, tied to a exile graveyard effect is pretty much all Sultai does. I mean, aside from counter stuff. So it's a quintessential black card. It's really great. And the green splash helping us ramp. Visionary replaces itself and draws a card. If you want more land, cultivate. I have a 2-2 split. If you prefer one or the other, you can just go up to 4 and cut the other 2. One Polychronos. I like having, we're in Sultai, we can play these cool escape cards. I play this in my Golgari mid-range deck, which to a certain extent, this deck is just an extension of that minus the adventure engine. But yeah, for extinction events, we don't run many creatures, and if we do, they're typically odd, right? I mean, we have the Polychronos, but we have Visionaries and Gargaroth, and a bunch of tokens you can make off Shark Typhoon. So, choose your moments. You're typically not going to be casting your creatures till the later game. So, for event, 2 Gargaroth, if you can ramp to this and your opponent doesn't answer it, for example, against mono red, this thing's just a house, gets you life, vigilant attacker. Again, in best of 3, you have the sideboard to get rid of this in matchups where it's not great. Ashiok, I found that Planeswalker is really hard to remove in this format. ECD is a card and more decks are running it. But aside from that, like, there's Doom Foretold and a Kicked Bloodchief's Thirst. But aside from those cards, which are all in sort of Esper colors, then, you know, it's really hard for decks to remove Planeswalkers, which is why we run five. The two Ashioks, the two Garricks. This could be another win con. I love playing Garrick. I'm going to play it whenever I can. Again, I'm just a huge fan of like control-y, tap-out Walker stuff, and I haven't been able to play that since more of the Spark rotated, or haven't been able to play it as much, so we're making up for it in this deck. Shark Typhoon, if we were playing best of three, you should run more of this. But for now, it's a slightly sub-rate card for best of one. Against matchups like Rakdos, and especially here, they can't remove it, so you can slam it if you're ahead enough and it just takes over the game. If not, just cycle it, make a body, make a blocker, get a bit more like card advantage, trade off a creature, draw a card. It's a fine card, better in best of three. And the one Ugin, don't run more of this. There's more Urian decks, just it's like a ramp sort of win con since we have a bit of ramp here. And it can exile the board and reset. So just the one. Mana base is a bunch of Sultai stuff, a couple temples, the triomes, one Lochthwain, it's my favorite castle, gonna play it when I can in black decks, which I've been playing a lot of, and Hagra Mauling. Other DFCs that I was considering are, I think it's called the Florahedron, it's the Tangled thing, it's the green Mana Dork. That card's pretty good. If you're looking for a more tap-out ramp strategy, try that one out. Duarte's Disruption is okay. I might put in a Seagate Restoration if we feel like we need to grind harder, but I don't feel like we're ever going to tap out for that. So yeah, just the Hagra Maulings as an extra black source, because we are pretty much a green, or mostly black, green, and splashing blue, but the blue isn't so much a splash because we have these double costed cards. So yeah, guys, this is the deck. We're going to take it into a couple games of best of one ladder and see if we can rank up. So, it will be in the description down below, and I'll catch you guys in the games. Oh, hand smoothing algorithm, how I've missed you. Let's get into it. So, mana's a little clunky against... Okay. So, could be mono red, could be big red. This tapped makes me think big red. So maybe just a Bone Crusher Giant. In either case, I think we get down the tome. We can start scrying stuff, make sure we hit our land drops, or the rest of them. Gain some life if we're against big red. If not... Sorry, gain some life if we're against mono red. I knew I said something wrong there. So, could be a Bone Crusher Giant that the opponent just didn't play. Okay, is it? Nice. That is it control Midnight Clock deck looks pretty sweet. And right here, Ugin, not great. I think we play this tapped, hold open, Heartless Act, negate, and the draw off the tome. The fact that we have this means we can just immediately start playing a later game. Okay, Field of Ruin's annoying, because this kind of fixes our mana. But in the meantime, we'll draw some cards. This is the exact type of matchup where I am very happy to see stuff like my counter spells. And we play the untapped land there to hold open negate and Maze-Mind Tome. Sure. So what do we grab? I think double blue. Okay. And do I want to draw with the mana now and hold open 3 of it? I don't think it changes anything. So I'll just pass turn. We can't do anything with 5 mana anyways. Just tap it because it is the correct play. Opponent goes for a Brazen Borrower. Sure, I'll draw a card. Okay, so we're gonna have to discard. So maybe we do just play the negate here. It cuts them off a creature. And if we put this in our hand, we're gonna have to discard again. So sure, we'll throw off the negate. And the opponent, if they want, they can play a sort of tap out threat, but that's okay. I think they're more of a flash kind of game, like they're playing more of a flash game anyways, so it's not that big of a deal. And I think drawing off the tome was the correct play. Alright. Well, then it definitely was. Okay. So, play this as black. Tap here, hold open, neutralize, try to resolve tome. I think they're going to counter it. Yeah, let's fight. I think the tomes are what's going to get us through this. The opponent has used a lot of resources trying to remove it. Lantern, sure. If they just cycle it for a card, I'm happy. Alright, we're not going to scry off the tome. We want to maximize the card draw from it. Alright, so I can slam a Gargaroth, but I don't think that really achieves anything. Let's play the passage and play out the ooze. Pass the turn. This Ugin is looking awfully costly, and it will probably walk into a counterspell, which is awkward. So if ever the opponent's tapped out, we will pick our moment to resolve this. Some of these lists run Kiora Best of Sea God, which Ugin can be an excellent answer to, so if ever they tap 7 mana for that, we're clear, or we're in the clear. And cycles Soul Guide Lantern for life, I guess we're pretty happy. Let's crack the passage. Grab another green source. Yeah, I think it is the double blue. Draw a card. Nice. Activate the ooze. Make it a 3/3. And cool. Okay, let's go to combat. Let's see if the opponent wants to do anything about our ooze. Fire Prophecy cycles a shark to trade for it. This thing can get bigger, so I think we just blow this up now. It is technically card disadvantage, but we're up on cards because of the tome, so I'm feeling okay about it. And okay, so I can slam other tome, and I think that's what we do. Yeah, I'm just trying to tap my mana to be able to bluff all my spells. They seem to want to remove these as much as possible. Yeah, we'll take land. So, getting 2 down because I think they're willing to burn counter spells on it seems like the play. That's fine. If their entire turn is literally just tapping out for to destroy my ooze, we're happy. Also, we try to separate the counters because of cards like Brazen Borrower. So here I can get this down. So we're definitely playing the Triome. And if I had 8 mana, I'd probably slam the Ugin. But we don't, so what's it gonna be? I think Ashiok because we can guarantee value from it. And make the creature. Put them on a clock. Okay, they hit their land. I think they just drew that. That's also why I like the tome. Like, it bluffs that we have counter magic or potential removal spells after playing the one negate in our deck, which is fun. Midnight Clock, that's pretty slow, especially at this stage in the game. Give me my cards. Alright, counter spells are good. Alright. Are we gonna miss a land drop? Let's attack, see what we exile. Their tome. I bet they're not feeling great about that. Yeah, they're not. Let's hit them some love. Okay, now what's the play? I can send the clock back. I think I push for ultimate. I think that's more important. It makes it harder to remove my stuff. And let's go for the Visionary. If they have another Storm's Wrath, so be it. It replaces itself and might get us to a land drop? No. Alright, I think we still pass. I like holding up the interventions, and if not, just drawing a bunch of cards seems good. I could have bounced the clock, but like I said before, I think pushing for the Ashiok ultimate, getting a bunch of free cards is a lot better. I mean, it does pop it, and if we play super greedy, we can push to 8 loyalty. Kiora Best the Sea God. Oh. I'm sorry. And I can even Ugin it, I just don't think it's worth it. I will just X for 1. Yep. Counterspell. I feel kind of bad. Like, I feel bad, then again, I'm also playing Jank. Okay. Let's not attack with the Visionary because we have all these mana requirements on our spells. Negate our own clock. What would I grab? Bunch of Brazen Borrowers, my own clock. Alright. So let's grab my own clock, a tome, and a borrower, which I can cast this side to bounce my opponent's clock, which is hilarious. Oh, we are disgustingly ahead. Let's grab a little bit more blue mana. And play out second Ashiok plus pass a turn. The fact that my opponent has stayed here blows my mind. I would have been out of here. Mad respect to Rokos. Send in the borrower. Essence Scatter, that is 100% okay. Draw another card with the tome. And we'll pass. Yeah, clock me up. Alright, let's go for some attacks. And this time I will attack the 2-2 since our mana advantage is becoming pretty disgusting. Look at all those cards. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the Is It Control / Flash list from the MPL. And Ugin is just lethal. Like, I was just thinking if the opponent had a counterspell, but I don't even think it matters if they do. We're just so far ahead in this game. So yeah, respect to Rokos for staying. Let me play this out through 2 Ashioks. GG, and on to the next one. Alright, opponent goes first, but we have pretty smooth mana. Early plays, interaction, against the Yorion deck. Oh, okay. Well, I think we still keep. Negate could come in handy here, for sure. And our 1 copy of Ugin as well. So let's see what we get. Esper Razorius. Maybe spice it up with some Jeskai Trawler. 4th land. Alright, that's good. It means we can have a smooth curve. And the tome hits the board immediately. Okay. Well, do I play this? I think I just... Well, if this is a tome, I'd feel so much better. So my options are hold open, negate, or play the ooze. The ooze will probably result... Well, I mean, yeah, I'll play the ooze out, because if they Skyclave Apparition, then they are not using their mana on the tome. Okay, so they scry, which I'm super happy about. I hope they're looking for land. Because the thing is, if they're scrying, they're not drawing cards. Yeah. Forces them to use a Skyclave Apparition, like I said. Alright. Let's work on our mana. Try to see if we can hit our own tome. And I mean, hitting 4th land was good. Hitting up to 6th land was not as good. It doesn't have the same warm, fuzzy feeling the other ones did. Okay, so it is Esper. We're in for a long one, boys. We're in for a long one. All my events, not great. Shark Typhoons, good. All the counter magic I have, good. Okay. So. 5 potential mana, Bloodsea's Thirst isn't great. I think I just play tap land, say go, hold up. Negate and Heartless Act. Alright. Let's go, let's get our scram. Tome. Yes. Please. Make me feel all warm and cozy. And... okay, opponent hasn't scryed with their tome in a minute. Maybe they realize I'm not actually an aggressive deck. Omen, is that fine? Yeah, that's okay. Worst case, we cycle the Triome. I just don't want to waste my mana. And if we... like, if we counter that, it makes their Yorion worse. So I can Heartless Act the Apparition, or I can cycle Triome. Let's get the Apparition down. Do I care about the Apparition? Not really. Okay, I talked myself into it. Let's cycle Triome. Get deeper into the deck. That's a card. Alright. Tome. Resolves, and now we hold open the interaction and the tome draw. We don't attack the Visionary, so we still have 4 mana available. Scrap the Omen, scrap the Omen. No? Nothing? Not even a draw off the tome. Oh, opponent's wilded. Okay, maybe they just... either that was a mistake or they're just worried I'm going to resolve something. Yorion. Okay. What does Yorion target? If they target the Apparition, I will blow it up. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I thought I was going to have time to respond to the targeting. Okay. I guess not. Well, I know for a fact that I'm going to be able to respond to this targeting of my Omen. So let's draw. I'm kind of salty, not gonna lie. Okay, so I have to get black with this. To be able to... Alright, I'll sack the Yorion. Full tilt, not even gonna lie, guys. Okay. And next turn we are gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 mana. So I can Ashiok plus hold open negate, which I like. Alright, let's start here. Poke with a 2/2. They take it. Grab me some mana. Probably want more blue. I'm actually so tilted about that tome play. And we'll plus this because we need some card advantage right now, and I think Ashiok's ultimate is the main way we're going to do that. We'd hit our own tome, maybe an omen. Pretty much what they have right here. So if they slam ECD right into a negate, that's a pretty big tempo loss for them. Yep, snap that off. Okay. Now if they have another ECD, we are very sad. Our own tome, perfect. That's very good. So before we minus or plus, let's get some attacks off. What was that, a casket and a plains? Not very exciting. Opponent takes the damage. Okay, so let's play out the tome. And I'll plus the Ashiok again. See if they have the answer again. They're going to need another ECD, which they're digging for with a tome, or a kicked Bloodchief's Thirst if they play it. To the top, if they hit me with an ECD right off the scry, I'm going to be kind of tilted. Okay, that's a land. What's it going to be? Dance. Okay. And neutralize. Shit. It was too good to be true. Dance for 5, basically making a bootleg ECD. Okay, Garrick isn't bad. Garrick can get me a card deeper. Let's make... I think we're gonna need more blue in this matchup than black. So it's Garrick. It will be 8 mana next turn regardless. So let's pull up the apparition. Give me a 2/2, give me a card, Shark Typhoon. Alright, that might be able to sneak in lethal. Alright, and let's maximize damage. And get a nice look at our opponent's library. Alright, they do run the Bloodchief's Thirst. Scry at the right time. And they will eat 8, putting them at 6. Scry to the top again, okay. Alright, and we pass. I'm thinking about a way to potentially sneak through lethal with a Shark Typhoon next turn, but this card right here is going to make that a lot more difficult. Alright, they're still facing lethal damage with 4 mana available. Apparition. Does that do it? I don't think that does it. Yep, that's fine. Okay. I think we got them. Sure, okay. Easy 6 mana Bloodchief's Thirst. And that's game. Most expensive removal spell ever. Okay, well, we beat Esper Dance with this pile, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. Alright. Oh, okay. We need to draw land. Oh, we have the Ugin, so it's likely mulliganed. On the play, if we draw land, we're probably fine. Alright. Risky keep, let's go. Ugin coming to bite me in the ass right about now. So the hand smoothing algorithm really looked at 3 hands and went, yeah, this curve of cards, this is the smoothest thing I could come up with. But it's fine. All you have to do is draw a bit of land, and if we're against rogues, we are very sad. That's a land. Let's get the castle down. Prolong the decision on the triome. Oh, sorry, the pathway, which will probably be blue from the looks of it. And yeah, put me in a Dimir control mirror. Don't put me against rogues with a stumbly draw like this. Opponent not sure. Did they keep a 1-lander and not hit land 2? Nope, there's land 2, boys. They did it. Alright, Gargaroth, more threats that aren't doing too much for me. Yet. And there's the Thought Thief. Can counter it. I'm really considering countering this thing. Alright. I'll talk myself into it. I don't think they're going to play anything main phase. I think this is the only way I get to use my mana. Easy land into land. Alright. Oh, there's land 1. Pass again. Because I literally have no playables. Second Thought Thief, sure. And if I had made... There's land number 5. Okay. If I had made the pathway into a black source, well, can't be too upset about that. Let's play 1 mana Thirst. Be able to pay for a dispute. But we can't pay for denial. Alright. Let's go. Sure, whatever. It's gonna get milled anyways. So the game is about to come down to, does the opponent have counter, counter, counter? If they do, we probably just lose. If they don't, well, then maybe a threat sticks. The one that I really hope sticks the most is the Gargaroth, because it's a reach threat. Alright, mill me. Cultivate. There's no chance this thing resolves. Alright, let's go for an Ashiok. Or like, this will probably resolve, but then we do nothing with our turn. Ashiok hits the board. They could have Brazen Borrower, which would be really bad. I just haven't seen a Brazen Borrower in a Rogues list in God knows how long. And they're hovering it. It's a Brazen Borrower! Man, he's having a laugh. He's having a giggle. Oh man, okay, well at least that takes pressure off my life total for a minute. Yeah, it's true, the Lofty Denial typically would result in a more aggressive Rogues build. Okay. Alright. Alright. Do I just try to resolve this? Alright, I'll play this out. And I guess try to play around with Jwari Disruption. Let's go. Easy Gargaroth. Hits the board. Do we get bounced? No. Not yet, at least. They'll need a bit more. Okay, there's our ooze. That's not great. I should probably crack this passage before all my basics get milled. Cling to draw, sure. Okay, let's hope the opponent forgets that my Gargaroth has reach or just doesn't draw removal. Easy Bloodchief's Thirst. Okay. Well, they tap 4 mana to do it, so I don't feel too bad. Alright, and let's see if we can grab a land before we get just absolutely cheesed out. Plenty of land, okay. Let's grab a bit more black or green. Let's grab black. We have a castle. Ow. Opponent probably has Drown in the lock. Oh, Wind Robber. That bodes well for the extinction event. Okay. Counts if I cultivate? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Cultivate. Papa. Green, black. Put the green tapped on the board. Black in hand. Play the black. And call odd. Did we do it? Odd. Okay. Alright. Good game. Oh no. Rankle. Oh my god. Okay. And the draw kills me. That is painful, boys. That is painful. What a way to go. Alright. Hand's a little bit slower, but we have cheap removal. We can cycle a shark. Oh, the opponent is off to the races. Opponent wants none of my patience. Okay, well, do I care about an Alcide? I'm already thinking about my decisions. My opponent went, yeah, easy slam. Okay, they're probably getting irritated. Yo, it really is tap land or Bloodchief's Thirst. And I think I'm going to go for the Thirst. Let's go. Let's get this rolling. Oh, they are ready. Opponent is off to the races with Alcide Tribal. Okay. And Scryland, negate that. Ooh, that actually. Daxos is next turn. Sorry, Heliod's next turn, so no thank you. We have some powerful cards. The opponent isn't putting that much pressure on us. I lied. So I lied. I spoke real fast, boys. Okay. Let's dig for another Bloodchief's Thirst. No? Okay. So we've drawn a lot of land. Not that many answers. Okay. Opponent playing around a Shark Typhoon, but I'm still gonna block this thing. Get me further into my deck. If they want to use protection from blue, we're happy. More land, no doubt. Okay. Oh boy, we are flooding, all right. Okay. So Scryland, try to find me this. Oh, that's a lot of land. Okay. The play is literally going to be Cycle Trio. Try to get closer to an answer. Opponent not hit land 3. We have 8 comfortable mana. Oh, yeah. Don't attack the other Alcide. Respect the Shark Typhoon. Opponent at 33 life. Tome is a little slow for my taste. Okay, but Gargaroth is a card. Gargaroth definitely is a card. Alright, I think we go for the Can we even do it? Yes, we can. Okay. I was gonna say, if I'm having mana trouble with drawing like 8 lands, this is gonna be pathetic. Alright, so it's either Ashiok or Gargaroth, and I think I go for the Gargaroth because this thing can gain life. And the opponent's on 2 mana. They can sacrifice the Alseid to get through for what will be 3. Alright. No blocks actually. They might have that 2/2 gain indestructible, +2/+2 gain indestructible as well. Karametra's Blessing! What I say, boys? Respect the Karametra's Blessing. Okay. So I can Ashiok. Yeah, let's Ashiok first. Bounce this Alseid. Blessing again. Hexproof, okay. Give me that life. And we'll scry up. Polychronos. I'm kind of looking for an event. Or just spot removal. Okay, that buffs up the Alseid. Okay, sacrifices becomes a 4/4 and smack me up for a bit. Okay, they go for Ashiok, putting pressure off of our life total. Okay, this bodes well for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so every turn that we stay alive is, or like every turn that we don't die to this thing, this weird combination of cards brings us closer to winning the game. So let's Visionary first. Cultivate, that's not it, is it? Okay. Attack with the Gargaroth. Do I need the life here? If they have another all that glitters plus a land, I think we just die anyway. Wait, do we die anyways? It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It would be 9, 9. It would be at 11. Yeah, okay, so we gain the life. Yep. And give me my tome. Crazy read. And next turn, Ugin for 2 if we need to. And protection does not get around that. Okay, Sentinel's Eyes. I will gladly throw my Visionary under this bus. Opponent at 37. Easy. Alright, give me those cards. Do we have anything we care about at the bottom? The Polychronos. I mean, I guess we don't really want that. Let's make another blue. And let's Ugin up. Opponent has hit 2 land. We have hit 8. Yes! And we survived the onslaught. Okay, well, this game was kind of ridiculous. I wonder if they were actually green-white enchantments that just didn't draw a white source, but regardless, I think this is hilarious. We're keeping it in the video. Alright guys, and we are back. So, this deck was actually a lot of fun. It performed a lot better than I actually thought it would. This kind of toolboxy, grindy, control midrange pile really worked out. Like, it had a lot of the pieces, and they just kind of came together at the right times, like drawing the tomes in that control game, and enough removal to stay alive. It worked out pretty well. Lost 1 game to Rakdos, which I'm not going to include because I was about to win it. I was so close, but I didn't respond correctly to the triggers of Turmeric Calls the Dead. I thought that once the opponent had targeted what creature they were going to exile from the graveyard to create the 2/2 zombie, I would have a chance to cling, right? And the opponent had a Crocs in the yard, and I had like 7 open mana, so like a cling and mana to cycle a Triome. So basically I let priority pass and I didn't cling on time, so they got the Croxa back, claimed their own Croxa, not claimed, like claim the firstborn, and hit me for 9, which was just, after that it was pretty much game because I couldn't do anything. I had the answer, so we're not going to include that because that was depressing. But aside from my own misplays, this thing performed really, really great. Um, I'd give it a shot. Maybe cut the one Ugin because I saw it almost every time I did it. But then again, against that white aggro game, I was not very happy to see it in my opener, and then it ended up kind of winning me the game. So I don't know. I'd give this deck a shot. I'm not sure what the Nightmare function. I didn't draw it at all today. It was just a one of, but I did draw the neutral lines like 3 times. So take what you will from the Arena Shuffler, but I'd give this deck a go, especially because it's a lot of older cards and it's a lot of 1 and 2 ofs, right? So if you just kind of like cracked some packs, then you probably can make this. Aside from the mana, which even the mana is not that bad. See everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you did. And yeah, deck list will be in the description down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.